Good morning, my dear students of class 10. How are you all? I hope you all are fine there and waiting for your social study class having pen, paper, and necessary materials. This is me, Dinesh Karki, your social study teacher, and you are watching your own program, Pabson Tele Education, on your favorite channel, Janata Television. So, are you ready? If you are ready, if you are enthusiastic to join the social class, then I would like to welcome you all this live social class. So, ready? If you're ready, let's begin. Let's get going. Boys and girls, today I will talk about the good aspects of federalism as well as challenging aspects of the federalism. But before I begin this class, I would like to recap quickly what we explored in the previous class. What we discussed in the previous class, boys and girls. In the previous class, we discussed about the concept of the regional development. I think you know what is the concept of regional development. Boys and girls, the concept of regional development means the division of country on the basis of geography and on the basis of population to carry out the proportionate development in the country. This is the main concept of the regional development. So that's why Nepal was divided into 5 development regions in 2037 BS, boys and girls. Then after we discussed about the concept of the federalism. Boys and girls, do you remember yesterday in the previous class we discussed about the concept of federalism. Now again I'm going to ask you, what do you mean by federalism? Yes, think for a while, rack your brain. Boys and girls, the concept of federalism means a political system in which a country, there is a mixed and compound mode of government, combining central government or federal government and other regional governments like provincial governments, territorial governments, conutonal governments, and other so many local governments uh, in a single political system. Boys and girls, let me tell you once more. Federalism is a political system in which there is a mixed or compound mode of government, combining a general government, the central government or federal government, and regional governments means provincial, state, conutonal, territorial, or other subunits government in a political system. It is called the federalism, boys and girls. Now, in the context of the Nepal, what is federalism? Let's know. Boys and girls, first of all, you closely observe the structure of federal structure of Nepal. You can find the central government in the capital, all right? Then after you will find 7 provinces across the country, and then you find many more local levels, like 753 local levels. Now, you can you can generalize the definition from this fact. Federalism means a concept, a political concept in which there is a mixed or compound mode of government. What is compound? Central government in the capital, all right, federal government in the capital, then after 7 provincial government across the country and 753 local levels. So compound mode of governments combining general government and provincial and local government in a single political system. This is called the federalism. All right, boys and girls, you understood this? Now let's quickly go ahead and we discuss about the types of the federalism, boys and girls. There are 2 types of actually federation. One, the basis of its formation. One is coming together federation. Another is holding together federation. All right. Now come to what is coming together federation, boys and girls. Coming to the together federation means independent states come together to form a bigger union for their security is known as coming together federation. It means independent states come together to make a bigger union. For what? For the security. All right. For example, you know, USA, Switzerland, and Australia. Boys and girls, USA itself clear, name itself is clear, like United States of America. States are united. So this type is called coming together federation. Keep in mind, boys and girls. Now let's see the image. There is a central, there is a federation, means all the states have come together. State A, B, C, D, E, F, and D all came together, have come together in a federation for what? For the security purpose. Now you can take the example of USSR. All the independent states had come together for the security region. All right. So boys and girls, in holding together federation, a country is now let's second type it is boys and girls. Holding together a federation, a country is divided on certain basis, all right, and power is shared among the political units on the principle of decentralization, all right, and this type of federation is called holding together federation. Let's observe the federal structure of Nepal. Nepal is divided into many political units, and the power is shared among all the provinces and local levels on the principle of decentralization. It is called holding together federation, boys and girls. Let me show you one more slide, boys and girls. Central government tends to be more powerful than provincial governments in holding together federation, boys and girls. Now, example is Spain, Belgium, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. All right, Nepal falls under the holding together federation, boys and girls. Now, look at in holding together federation, country is divided into many more autonomous state. All right, and power is shared among all the states and other local levels on the principle of decentralization. I think you got it. All right. Now, boys and girls, today we are gonna discuss about the good aspects of the federalism as well as challenging aspects of the federalism. All right, boys and girls. Now, first, let's begin from the good aspect of the federalism. Before I begin discussing about the good aspects of federalism, boys and girls, I would like to ask you, what are the good aspects of the federalism? Yes, think for a while, rack your brain, and try to figure the answer out. Okay, stop for a while. Now, I'm gonna discuss about the good aspects of the federalism. Boys and girls, in federalism, one of the good aspects is judicious distribution of means and resources. Boys and girls. Boys and girls, especially while dividing the nation into different autonomous political units, under holding together federation, most particularly boys and girls, judicious distribution of means and resources is highly focused, considered, because it is the backbone of proportionate development of the nation. If leadership fails to distribute the means and resources judiciously among political units, the federalism cannot be successful in achieving its purposes and goal. Boys and girls, actually, the main purpose of the federalism is to carry out the proportionate and balanced development in the country, right? If leadership fails to distribute the means and resources judiciously, then it is impossible to carry out the proportionate and balanced development in the nation. But in the federalism, the judicious distribution of means and resources is highly considered because it is the backbone of proportionate and balanced development. All right. So, boys and girls, we can take the judicious distribution of means and resources is one of the good aspects of federalism. While reconstructuring Nepal, this aspect is highly focused. All right, boys and girls. Now you got the idea. One good aspect, that is judicious distribution of means and resources. You can understand in Nepali, प्राकृतिक स्रोत र साधनको न्यायपूर्ण वितरण. प्राकृतिक स्रोत र साधनको न्यायपूर्ण वितरण. Good judicious distribution of means and resources is highly considered, focused in the federalism. I hope you got the point, boys and girls. Now, second, participation of people, local people in the development. Boys and girls, in the previous class, we discussed about the unitarianism or unitary governance system. And boys and girls, unitary governance system, public participation is ignored. All right. So that's why, in Nepal, the concept of regional development under unitary governance could not be succeeded, could not be fulfilled its the main purposes of the regional development could not be fulfilled. Why? Because under the unitary governance system, the public participation was ignored. But boys and girls, in the federalism, participation of local people in the development is highly focused. Especially local people can participate in the development in federalism. People who are consumers, who are mostly consumers, upavokta of development, they participation in the formulation of planning. Boys and girls, keep in mind, in federalism, consumers, especially the consumers, citizens who are the consumers of the development, they participation, they participate in the plan formulation and as well as its implementation. Now, what happens if public or consumers participate in the local development? Then they can make the local governments accountable, responsible, and fair to the development. All right, as well as public participation increases the responsibility towards the development, and it reduces the cost of construction as well. So, boys and girls, public participation is highly focused, highly considered in the federalism. You might have observed, if any development activities are going on in your locality, you might find a consumer committee. This is one of the examples of public participation. Got it? So, boys and girls, remember, participation of local people in the development is one of the good aspects of the federalism. I hope you understood it. Boys and girls, now decentralization of the power. Boys and girls, in the federalism, we have already discussed, a country is divided into many autonomous political units, and power is given, share with different political units on the principle of decentralization. All right, it means power is given to the all political units for the governance. All right, but in unitarianism or in unitary governance system, power is not shared, rather power is centralized, kept in the central government. So, boys and girls, if you closely observe the federal structure of Nepal, power is given, shared with provinces, right? And power is shared with the local governments also. So, actually, decentralization of power really helps to carry out the development work proportionately and balancedly. So, it is, or decentralization of the power is one of the good aspects of the federalism, boys and girls. Now, proportionate development of the nation. Boys and girls, actually, the concept of federalism is to carry out the proportionate development. All right, in federalism, we have already discussed, means and natural resources and means are judiciously distributed. All right, and power is decentralized, or means power is shared among the political units. All right, then after there is a public participation in the development is also ensured. So these all things, these all factors helps the local governments, provincial governments, in leaders to carry out the proportionate development. So, boys and girls, the proportionate development of the nation is one of the good aspects of the federalism, boys and girls. Now, let me show you another more slide. Rapid development of the nation. Boys and girls, in the federalism, a country is restructured in different units, right? These political units have autonomous power, all right? There is a government in each autonomous state to use the power, all right? Local people can participate in the development work also. And do you know, most important thing is, boys and girls, there is a competition among the provinces, among the local levels. And these all causes the rapid development of the nation. Boys and girls, that's why we can take rapid development of the nation is one of the good aspects of the federalism. Keep in mind, all right? rapid development of the nation. Got it. Now, boys and girls, settlement of the disputes at local levels. Of course, boys and girls, there can be disputes among the people or communities. All right, local people try to solve those disputes at the local levels. You know, a three members judicial committee is formed to solve such disputes in each municipality. Keep in mind, three members judicial committee. All right, a न्यायिक समिति, 3 सदस्यीय न्यायिक समिति, नगरपालिकामा र गाउँपालिकामा हुन्छ. 3 members judicial committees formed to solve such a dispute in each municipality or rural municipality. And especially deputy mayor coordinates the judicial committee in the municipality. Keep in mind, deputy mayor coordinates the judicial committee in the municipality, and vice chairperson coordinates in the rural municipality. For what, boys and girls? To settle the disputes at the local level. It is one of the advantages of the federalism is people should not go through a lengthy legal process for the justice. Why, boys and girls? Because if disputes are solved at the local level through the help of judicial committee, then people should not go through the lengthy judicial process. So, boys and girls, we can say that the settlement of the disputes at local level is one of the good aspects of the federalism. I think you got the point. Now, boys and girls, the most important thing I know you have all understood, right? I know you understood it, all right, because it is all given in the book also. But the major thing is how to remember, all right? I always say the same thing. You should develop a very good, very attractive technique to remember all these points. So today I'm gonna share a technique which I already discussed in the previous lesson also. So boys and girls, let me show you one. Let's see the slide. Advantages of federalism. Good aspects of federalism, which we all discussed these all points right now. All right. Advantages means good aspect of federalism. Look at, we have made one word, GPDPRS. Take this word as your best friend. You know how this word is formed? Look at here, GPDPRS. Remember, GPDPRS, this is a favorite word. All right, take this word as your best friend and always remember and connect the this word with the good aspects of federalism or advantages of federalism. Look at there in the slide. Boys and girls, G for judicious distribution of the means and resources. Keep in mind. All right. P means participation of local people in the development. Later on you can explain it, because why? You have understood it already. And if you understood all the explanation, then you need to remember main point. All right. So for that, you should remember these words always, isn't it? So G for judicious distribution of the means and resources. All right. P for participation of local people in the development. All right. P and D for decentralization of the power. We have already discussed, right? And P for again proportionate development of the nation. R for rapid development of the nation, and S for settlement of the dispute at the local level. Boys and girls, I hope right now you have remembered these things, because I know you are so talented. All right. So if you repeat these words time and again, all right, and better you use this word as a best friend, DPRS, your best friend. Remember your best friend always. I think within 1 hour or within 20 minutes, you can remember these all points, boys and girls. So if you know the explanation of these all points, and if you remember these all points, I think it will not be difficult for you to remember all these things and to remember in the exam also. So boys and girls, let me repeat once more. GPDPRS, your best friend. Time and again repeated, and remember and connect with the good aspects of the federalism. Advantage of the federalism. All right. Once again, G for judicious distribution of the means and resources. You are right. Okay. Now P for participation of local people in the development. You remember. Yeah, you are right. D means decentralization of power. You remember. You are right. Okay. So proportionate development of the nation. Yes, you are right. And R for rapid development of the nation. And S for settlement of the disputes at the local level. Boys and girls, after this class, repeat 5 times and connect these all this word with the advantages or good aspect of the federalism, I am pretty sure you will not forget till your exam or for the life also. But your endeavor is you should remember this word connecting with the good aspects of federalism. All right, I hope you understood it. Now let me start another challenging aspects of the federalism. Boys and girls, everything has two sides, you know very well. All right, so in federalism also it has some challenging aspect. We should not say it is disadvantages, all right, disadvantages, rather we should say the challenging aspects of federalism. All right, now what are the challenging aspects? First you guess what can be. Yeah, you are right, boys and girls, what can be the challenges? Okay, okay, you are right. Now stop for a while. Now let me discuss the challenging aspects of federalism one by one. Okay, so let me show you one slide, boys and girls. Okay, are you able to see the slide, boys and girls? Okay, yes, you are able to see the slides on the television screen. Boys and girls, you can see one very beautiful, attractive word. You know, I have developed one word for you. Oh, you came. Means, now later on I will explain about this. Oh, you came. First of all, let me tell you what does it mean. Boys and girls, over exploitation of uh, resources means and resources, natural resources. Remember one point. Okay, I will explain these all points in the later part. All right, later on. First, you remember. O means over exploitation of resources. Means in the federalism, generally there will be heavy competition for the development, and sometimes I am not sure that there must be, there can be, but there may be. All right. So O means over exploitation of resources. Because why? Because there is heavy competition. All right, and people may use the natural resources and they may exploit it. So there is a challenge. All right. So it is one of the challenge that there can be over exploitation of means and resources and over exploitation of resources. Keep in mind. Okay. Now, if this exclamation sign, I have exclamatory sign I have put there, just make it fantastic and attractive. But if expensive form of government, boys and girls, I will explain these all points later on, but I am just telling you the points. E means expensive form of the government. Why, boys and girls? Imagine, you know, in Nepal, observe the political federal structure of Nepal and try to relate with the points. Central, there is one government, and there are 7 provinces. Each province there is 7 government. One government means 7 governments, and there are 753 local levels, and there is also a government in each local levels. So you know, many more governments to run all the governments. Definitely, it needs money, financial resource, and for the poor country like Nepal, definitely it is an expensive form of government. So it can be one of the challenges, and it is one of the challenges for our federalism also, boys and girls. Now, I think you understood if for expensive form of government. Now, next point, unhealthy competition of the development. Boys and girls, you means you can relate you with the point that unhealthy competition of development. All right, how it can be? Until now in Nepal, you have not seen. I think I have not seen unhealthy competition among the governments, among the provincial governments or local governments. Uh, Rather, you know, we want the positive competition of the development in the local among the local levels, among the provincial government. But sometimes, you know, there can be unhealthy competition of the development also. I am talking about this, you know, considering the whole world, considering the whole federalism of the whole world, right? It is said that it is the challenge. Sometimes there can be unhealthy competition of the development. All right, yes, boys and girls. Now, chance of severe conflict. Boys and girls, see for chance of severe conflict. Boys and girls, sometimes, you know, there can be severe chance of conflict, chance of severe conflict if the main purpose of the federalism is not fulfilled, if the identity of the people are not ensured in the federalism, if natural means and resources are not distributed judiciously. All right, if these all provisions are not implemented properly, if backward people, downtrodden people are not brought in the mainstream of the development, then if leader fails to ensure these all things in federalism, then there can be severe chance of conflict. Like boys and girls, you can see in Nigeria there is a conflict. Why? Because in Nigeria, under the federalism, government has failed to address the people's problem, address to all these things. That's why there is a still conflict. So boys and girls, it is one of the challenges of the federalism. Now, this clock of the study is telling us that the time is running out. So I quickly cover up. A country may divide. Sometimes, if the main purpose of the federalism is not addressed in a proper way, then country may divide also, boys and girls. Let me quickly give you the example. In Russia was federal. Russia had federalism, right? All the countries had come together to make the bigger union. But what happened later on? Russia disintegrated. Why? Divided. Why? Because there in Russia, the main purpose of the federalism was not fulfilled. Means the security of all the independent states was the major concern, and that was not guaranteed. All right. That's why USSR was divided. And boys and girls, lastly, misunderstanding between provincial and central government. Boys and girls, rights are shared among the political units, right? One, the principle of decentralization. But sometimes, boys and girls, rights can be overlapped, all right? So there can be, misunderstanding between, especially between federal government and the local government and provincial government also. I hope you understood it, right? Let me repeat once more, the short form. Oh, you came, all right? Oh, you came. Repeat all the time and try to relate with the points. In the next class, right, I'll try to cover all these points, and I'll try to explain all these points in detail, all right? So lastly, I'm going to give you homework. List out the 4 good aspects of federalism, and we'll write down the 4 challenges of the federalism. These are your homework, boys and girls. Please do it and submit your teacher and get the feedback. All right, boys and girls, I hope today this class has been very fruitful to you, light-bearing to you all right, and you have understood it. Boys and girls, now I'm going to wrap up the class. Before I wrap up the class, I would like to tell you, please follow the guidelines of the lockdown issued by the government. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the upcoming Nepali class with Madhav Bhusal sir. See you next time. Till then, goodbye. Have wonderful moments.